Hi everyone, it's Donnie. I decided to finally get my drill with me done. Tesslin's at school. She's only got today and 2 more days left of preschool. My baby's growing up. Then she has 2 weeks off before she starts kindergarten. And once that happens, the days I will have a lot more time during the day that she's not here, so you won't be seeing her as much unless I do my filming at night. Sorry, I'm drinking my coffee here. Now, this is the very first Huacan custom that I've ever worked on. I'll try and move this closer to me so I can reach. I'm trying to get a different view here, so bear with me. But you can't really see it, but the stuff is really, the drills are too big. Everything is extremely tight and it's buckling. I mean, it's like a wave here. You can kind of see how it's moving like that. So I contacted Cherry Liu at Huacan, and she said she had asked me to inform her when I'm done on which colors I need, and she'll send them out. And I sent another message saying, well, would it help if I placed another order? If you could just send it with that order. I'm sure that'll be fine, but I just don't want to wait until this is completely finished before I decide which ones I need. So I'm not going to do this color. I'm going to stop doing this color right here, which is a really big part of the painting. It's like half of it. I mean, it goes all the way down here and then all this up here and over to here. Well, you can't even see that. Probably another about double what I've already done. So I can probably get a lot more finished if I'm skipping that color. And hopefully by the time I hear from her, if I find any other colors, I'll know. But I want to try and get as much of it. I'm going to finish it and then let her know which colors so that she can send that with another painting. That way I only have to wait, a week and a half to 2 weeks to get it, rather than waiting 30 to 60 days, which is what it takes to send out just drills alone, a small pack of drills. So they send it differently because it's way more expensive. So I have a little tag, a 15-question tag that I'm going to do while I'm trying to drill. I'm going to be using my square drill here, the square drill pin that I showed in my last video. I really like it. I need to make another one of these grippies for it. I did this one in the Oregon duck colors, and yeah, I find that I need that extra bulk, and it's soft. This is a plastic, but it's plenty thick, but it's not soft. And my fingers have been really hurting lately since I've been doing this, because every time I see a diamond, or I feel a diamond that's popped up, I'm pushing on it, and it's really starting to hurt my fingers. I don't know if you can see down here, but there's some areas, like right in here, they're all popped up, and I can't get them to stay down. So I'm going to have to, once I get more drills, I'm going to have to go through and pull out some of the larger ones, because if you can see this row right here, they're not lining up. I mean, I've put them as close to the left as I possibly can, and they just, this is like half a drill over the line. So it's just, I can't continue putting this color in. And this is my mom's dress right here. So I'm going to work on this area right here, and then I'll move up as I finish. But while I'm doing that, I'm going to answer this tag. It's called the Sun-Kissed Summer Tag. I got it on a website, I believe, called Mama's Losing It. So she had a bunch of tags, and I just scrolled down to the August area and picked one for the summer. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to answer them, though, because I'm not much of an outdoor person. But let me get my drills ready. Where's my... Here it is. I'm using one of the bead mats that Stitcherista put on her website, but it's not very big, and it seems to be getting dirty really fast, so it's not sticking as well as it should be, because there's a lot of lint underneath it. Okay, I'm gonna pause real quick and clean this off so it'll stick. So I'll be right back. Okay, it's much stickier now. I used a baby wipe on it. I don't have the instructions on what you're supposed to do, but that's what I used on the one in my car, so I figured it should work just fine. Now, I also have a bunch of other brands coming from AliExpress to try out, just different sticky mats. Here, I'm going to plug my cord in real quick. I thought I was prepared, but I didn't have hardly anything set up. All right, now I poured out my diamonds, and you can see there's a lot of them stuck together. I gotta find where the camera is. Oh, it's this way. Okay, so there's a bunch of clumpy ones in there. So I'm going to finally give you a demonstration of the pill crusher. So I'm just going to take the bottom off and see all the grooves in there. I'm going to pour these in there. I don't need that many. They're not, all of these aren't stuck together, but I poured a bunch in. I didn't need that many, and I dropped some. The great thing about this tilt table is it catches all the ones you drop. It's just a matter of finding them, because I have a styrofoam, well, not styrofoam, I don't know why I always call it styrofoam, a foam roller at the bottom for my wrist, because the wood was not very comfortable on my wrist. Well, I found a bunch from the last color I was doing, color of my mama's dress, but I can't find the ones. Oh, that's because it fell on the actual canvas. Okay, so I have them in here now, and I'm going to put this on like this, and as soon as I feel resistance, that's when I'm going to start turning it. I think I have too many in there, but that might work. You hear it pop. You can hear them popping apart. Okay, let's see how well that did. Okay, you can see some of them up there on top. Those are definitely not stuck together. I didn't want to pour over the canvas this time. Some static holding the few of them in there. All right, let's see how that did. Pretty good. I don't see hardly anything stuck together. Yeah, works really well. Now, I'll link this down below, but it's like $15. And I was the frugal person that I am, and I decided I don't want to spend that much. So I bought a cheaper one. It was like $4. And it didn't have the teeth in it. So it did not do what I needed it to do, which was to grab onto them. To grab onto the actual diamonds to be able to separate them. So I broke down and bought this one, and it works 100 times better. Stephanie ended up taking the other pill crusher. I don't know what she's going to use it for, but there we go. All right, let's get to this tag. Let me find my drill pin. All right, let me find it again. I screen changed. Okay. Number 1, when did or do your kids get out of school? Well, see, it's kind of different right now because she's in preschool and she goes through a summer session. And so she doesn't technically get out until this coming Thursday. So that will be her last day, as I already mentioned. But I think she got out of the regular session back like the beginning, well, about the middle of June. I know, like in California, they have way different schedule. My husband's cousin has kids. Well, his second cousin has kids Teslin's age, and she's like a month younger. One of them is a month younger than Teslin, and she started kindergarten this month, like August 8th is when they started school. So Oregon, up here in Oregon, we're a little bit different. School starts back up normally it's the day after Labor Day. So I believe that will be the 4th that they start back up, but that wasn't the question. Okay, number 2, beaches or pools? Definitely pools, because the beaches around here are really cold, even in the summertime. It's just windy, and it's not a place that people generally go to lay out in the sun and play in the water. Nothing like, California beaches or Hawaii. Nothing like that. So it's about an hour drive. Well, I'm not sure. It might be a little longer from where we live now, but it's about an hour from the main town. I used to go as a teenager, but not to play on the beach. Just to go and say I went. Walk on the beach at night. That is creepy because you can't see a thing. There's no light whatsoever. I've done that. Never again. Did that with my first husband. Okay. But pools around here are great. In fact, Teslin just started swim lessons yesterday. And I didn't even know that we had an outdoor pool in our town. I was like, oh, so that's where it's at. And it was like, really? It was right there, and I didn't know. So, first time being to the pool here, and we've lived here 2.5 years. But her swim lessons were only 30 minutes, and she was so mad when she had to get out. She was so upset. I'm like, but you get to come back tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day. It's only 2 weeks, but hopefully she'll learn some skills. She was so scared when she first got in. So, we'll see how it goes tonight. I just hope I don't have to deal with the throwing a fit every time it's time to leave. Nobody else was doing it. And I tried saying something to her today. I'm like, you don't want your new friends to see you cry because you have to leave, do you? And she's like, no. So we'll see if she cries or not. I don't think she really cares if she cries in front of people or not. Okay, number 3. Are you going on any summer vacations? If not, what's your dream summer vacation? Well, we normally, except for the last 2 years, this year and last year, we normally would go down to California, take a Disney vacation, visit family, friends, the like that. We do Disneyland and Universal Studios. But last year we decided, instead of taking our normal anniversary trip that we go to the coast. Yeah, we don't call it the beach here, we call it the coast. And we just stay in a hotel, just the two of us, right there on the beach. And since Tesla was born, we were taking her with us. It wasn't that big a deal to us to have, her with us. But now she's getting older, and we didn't really want to take her on our anniversary getaway because things are different now with her being a little bit older. So we decided that instead we would combine the two and take our anniversary trip and our summer trip and do them both on spring break, because our anniversary, we actually planned it to get married. When we got married, we planned it so that relatives that were teachers, which we have a lot of teacher relatives, that they would have time off. So we did it spring break time. But it turns out their spring break is different than our spring break. They still weren't able to come to the wedding, but we still have our anniversary during spring break every year. So it's never going to be uncrowded. So last year and this year, we both those years we went to Disneyland, Universal. Teslin had a blast this year because we went for 5 days, and it killed me, but she had fun. One of the days, it was horrible because she was so cranky because we got up so early. And so we went back to the hotel, and, because our hotel was really close to Disneyland. But we went back to the hotel for a nap, and it was like, 5 o'clock by the time we got back to the hotel. And she fell asleep and slept and slept and slept all night. And she didn't wake up till the next morning. So we basically missed half a day because she needed to sleep. And we couldn't not do it because it was torture to go to a place like that and have her in a bad mood. And the weather wasn't too bad. I mean, it wasn't too hot. It was warm, but it wasn't too hot. It was perfect weather. And she actually liked going on rides. So both this year and last year, she rode on the rides. Basically the same rides each year, because she's still not old enough to go on some of the bigger ones like Space Mountain, but I think that would be too scary for her. She likes to go on the Haunted Mansion and Pirates of the Caribbean. Those are her favorite. Small World. That's her number one favorite. So yeah, but our dream vacation would be to go to Hawaii. Never been. Would love to go. It's cliche, I know, but that's something on our list of summer vacations we'd love to do. All right, so number 4, s'mores or ice cream? Definitely ice cream. I am not a marshmallow fan. So s'mores can, They can stick to the campfire. I'm an ice cream fan. Actually, I like sherbet better than ice cream, but I'll take it. I don't like Rocky Road, though. That's my husband's favorite. I don't like Rocky Road because there's marshmallows in it. You know? Cookies and cream is my favorite ice cream. I'm going to switch colors here. Okay, what's your most fun summer memory? Oh, I have a lot of summer fun memories. But let's see. I guess it would be one of the years that I went on a trip with the YMCA, and I earned my way on this trip. I mean, I sold candy bars. I went door to door. I did everything I could to raise money so I could pay for this trip. I had a garage sale. My grandma had sent a bunch of my grandpa's stuff after he passed away, and I sold it in a garage sale. And the money I got to keep for my trip. And it was so bizarre because my grandma sent his underwear. And so I was like, well, maybe someone will want it. And they were the bikini kind. And I was like, Grandpa wore these. It was so weird. But my grandpa was not a nice person. I couldn't imagine him. And I didn't want to imagine him wearing bikini underwear. But one woman came and bought all of them. She bought all that underwear. I'm like, what are you going to do with my I don't want to know. No. Just, I'll take the money. So, yeah. I earned my way to Disneyland 3 times and Great America once. I think it was Great America. Well, we went to Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. I remember that. I don't remember if we went to Great America or... Yeah, I think it was Great America. But that year, I lost my wallet with all my spending money in it. I was so upset. It had my summer bus pass in it, my school ID, and about a week before school started, after summer was over, I got a call from the school, and my wallet had been dropped in the mail with my school ID in it, and someone sent it to the school. Money wasn't in there, of course, but I got my wallet back with my bus pass that was expired by the time I got it back. But those were fun times because I didn't have parents to hang around with. We didn't have to hang around with the leaders. We just had to meet back up with them at certain times. So it was fun being, semi-independent and being able to just go around. I think it was the last year I did it that was my funnest because I went with my friend Marie, and we went to we were going to high school together. I was 15, and she was a year younger in school than me, so she was, 15 as well. And this trip was for 12 through 15-year-olds, and I'd been going since I was basically 11. But I was 15 at the time. It was my last year doing it, and it was a blast because I had, my best friend with me. We got to go on all the rides together, hung out all day long, and just, had fun. And I miss how it was back then, because Disneyland doesn't feel the same now. I mean, as it does through the eyes of a kid. When you're a kid, it's just so much more magical and awe-inspiring because you're in a place that it's just so many people want to go to and so many can't. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to had I not, worked my butt off to make the money to go. So yeah, that would be probably my best summer memory. And my most fun summer memory. Okay, number 6. Does your skin tan or burn? I burn. I mean, I guess it depends on how much sun I get. Because if I'm just out for a few minutes a day, I can start getting tanned. But, just sticking my arm out the window on a drive or walking around someplace if I don't have sunblock on, which I always put sunblock on now that I'm older, I would get burned. I kind of enjoy just waiting in line to pick my kids up from school towards the end of the year because my arm would be sitting out the window waiting because I didn't have air conditioning, waiting for them, and I'd get a sunburn. And then it would tan eventually. But I basically just burn, and then most of my skin peels off, and then what's left tans. So it just kind of makes me look like I'm dirty. It's weird, but my tan just looks like I'm not clean. Don't really like it. But it also has to do with all the freckles and moles that I have on my skin. Makes me kind of makes me look tan. But Teslyn, on the other hand, she tans. I mean, she has got a crazy tan just from being outside a little bit and swimming in the little wade pool that we have in the backyard. She's got quite the tan. But I just wanted to tell you about this one time when I was on one of my trips. We went to the beach. I think it was the one where we went to Santa Cruz. It was more of a beach trip. We went to several different ones. And I was on a boogie board. I don't know if you don't know what a boogie board is. It's not quite a surfboard, but it's kind of the same concept. It's smaller and wider, and you just lay on it. The top half of your body lays on it. So when a wave comes in, you just ride the boogie board on your stomach in. So I was on this boogie board, and I was waiting for a wave, and I'm standing out there holding onto the board, and I start, every time a little wave would come by, I would kind of get pushed back a little bit, and eventually my feet stopped touching the ground. And so they called it undertow. So I was getting pulled further and further back, and I couldn't move forward because I had this boogie board in my arms, and no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't seem to get closer to the shore. I just kept going further and further out. So I started to panic and I started screaming, and I was so far out, nobody was around me. Finally, somebody heard me, and they let the lifeguards know, and so lifeguard had to come out and get me. Oh, I was so embarrassed. It was so scary because I was afraid I was going to get pulled out to sea, and someone had said something about sharks being in that water. So then I was scared of I went into full-on panic mode. I was freaking out because I thought a shark was going to eat me, and here I was 14, and I was a chunky girl, so it's like I didn't think anyone liked me, but one of the other kids from the trip was able to let the lifeguard know. So So this lifeguard, puts their little buoy thing around me, and I'm holding on to the boogie board, and he's just paddling backwards and talking to me as we go. And he was so cute. But yeah, I would never want to do that again. That was just scary. So that wasn't a fun memory, but it was still something to be remembered. Yeah, I know I went back a question. All right. Number 7. How do you wear your hair in the summer? Down, ponytail, ombre? Dip dye, etc. Dip dye, etc. I don't even know what a dip dye is. Okay, so I'll wear my hair down unless it's hot. I will definitely have it in a ponytail because I am a scalp sweater. I know that's gross, but my head gets so hot and sweaty, and well, see, I get scalp sweating from my mom, and I have face sweat from my dad. So I have both. I sweat from my head and my face, and it's horrible. When I'm really hot, it's like Niagara Falls. You can't get away from it. At least I can't. I'm like, it's embarrassing how sweaty I can get. So I keep my hair up, try and stay in cool places, and do the best I can to stay dry. Oh my gosh, these things are stuck in the funnel. Oh, come on. So definitely a ponytail. Even when I have short hair, when I get my hair cut, because I like to keep it short now. But I didn't get it cut short enough last time, and it grew out too fast. And so I need it cut again. But even when I get my hair cut short, I make sure to have it long enough to be able to put in a ponytail, because I don't like my hair on my neck. All right. Number 8, favorite summer nail polish? Nothing. I don't wear nail polish. My nails are thin and they don't stay polished long, and I just can't really handle having that weight on my fingers. I've gotten my nails done before, gotten acrylics done. I've had the gels done last time I did it. But I have a habit of putting my fingernails in my mouth. Not necessarily biting them, but if I have fingernail polish on, it ends up chipping off. And having nail polish on does not avert me from sticking my fingernails in my mouth. So yeah, I don't wear fingernail polish. If you see fingernail polish on my hands, more than likely I've had my nails done with acrylics or gels. But I don't want to spend the money on it. That's money I could be spending on diamond painting. Plus, I don't want to have to go all the way into town just to get my nails done every couple weeks. It's just tedious to me. I'd rather be doing something else than sitting there for an hour having them torture my cuticles. Now, I don't mind getting a pedicure done, but then I'd have to shave my legs. But last time I did have a pedicure done, I've had maybe 3 done in my life. But the last one, I forgot to shave my legs before I went in, and I was so embarrassed. Because it was in the winter months. But still, it was kind of humiliating having them rub lotion and stuff in my hairs on my legs. So, yeah. No nail polish. Okay, number 9. Would you rather spend a summer day outside in the pool or inside watching Netflix? Oh, definitely inside watching Netflix. But then again, I do like to be outside in the summertime, once in a while, especially since I have Teslin, because she loves being outside. She loves playing in the pool, and she gets really anxious and antsy indoors. So if I don't get her outside once in a while, she starts to just drive me nuts. And she'll just start being obnoxious on purpose because she's bored. And I'm really starting to get warm now, so I'm going to turn my little personal air cooler on. I hope I gotta put some water in it. Hold on. But as long as I can sit in the shade, I don't mind being outside. But it was still really, really hot when I went out with her the other day, even in the shade. And I go out there with my diamond painting, but if it's too hot, it's like really hard to do because I'll have my head turned down, bent down, looking at my diamond painting, and then I start sweating under my neck. And that gets uncomfortable. And I start sweating in the crook of my elbow. And it's like, oh, come on. So I give it an hour. And then we come inside. I compromise with her. Yeah, sure, I'll take you out if we can only be out for an hour. And sometimes when I have Braden, we'll go out there, the 3 of us. Because he loves going swimming. It's just they fight so much. It's so hard to enjoy them together when Teslin gets so stingy with her toys and Braden gets mean when she won't share and starts hitting, and so then I'm having to take things away from him, and I don't like having to do that. But he loves coming over here. Not just for the pool. He just loves coming and seeing his Mimi. And Tess. He calls her Tess. Because he can't quite say Teslin yet. So. But when I was a kid, we used to live within walking distance or biking distance from the YMCA. And we had a membership. I don't know how my mom was able to afford it. I think she may have gotten a scholarship or something. But we'd go swim in the pool all the time. It's indoors, but most of the pools here in Oregon are indoors. Just because that way they can stay open all year round. Because with the rain, not able to stay open very long. Alright, so number 10, sunglasses or hats. Well, I've always been a sunglasses person, and I still enjoy sunglasses more than anything. However, I don't have something that I can just wear over my regular glasses, and I can't afford to buy the tinting, so I just go without. Most of the time I just don't even wear anything for my, protect my eyes. But I'm not out that much to need to worry about it. I mean, yeah, I do drive in with the sun shining in my face sometimes, but that's what the visor is good for. I guess as I get a little older, I'll probably start wearing those big sun hats like my stepmom does. I don't know. Either that or I'll buy one of those clip-on visor things for my sunglasses so I can just have a little protection for my eyes. Something that's not a big deal. if I ever saw one when I was just walking through the store, I'd pick one up, but I can never remember that I need one. And they're not just something that's right there at the checkout where you can just grab a pair and say, oh yeah, I needed one of these. It would be nice if they did, though. I'm going to get my next number here. I'll do the percent sign. There's a lot of those. Okay, so what is your song of the summer? I don't have a summer song. I don't really listen to music anymore like I used to when I was, in my 20s. So no, I don't think I have a summer song. Well, something that kind of reminds me of summer music is the soundtrack to Lost Boys. I used to listen to it all the time after I saw the movie. I bought the tape. Yes, the cassette tape. And I memorized every single song because I played it so much. So that kind of reminds me of summer because the movie is, I think, during the summertime. Well, what it is the movie is filmed, part of the movie's filmed right there on the Santa Cruz Beach boardwalk, and that's where I went that one summer when I lost my wallet. So it kind of reminds me of summer. So that's kind of what I think about when I think of summer music, is the soundtrack to Lost Boys. And then there's a INXS song on it. And so I bought the INXS tape. It's INXS. So, but it's called INXS. If you didn't know, 90s stuff, But that's where I bought that and memorized all those songs too. So those two kind of remind me of summer. Drink my coffee. Well, we're almost... See, we're number 12. Do you have a summer bucket list? If so, share some things on the list. Well, when you have kids, you're kind of, well, at least for me, you kind of change how you choose to have goals. Like this summer, we really wanted to get her into swim lessons. We finally did. Finally, at the end of summer. It took all summer to get around to doing it. But it's not bad. It's 5 days a week for 2 weeks, and it's $35. And we had her in the last couple of years. She was in gymnastics. So I just want her to be well-rounded. I want her to be able to get out and enjoy the sun and not feel like she has to be inside all the time, because we are. As she gets a little bit older and a little bit more independent, she'll be able to do a lot more stuff that she wants to do without mom and dad having to hang around or to be able to be there with her. I'd really like for my lawn to look better. And every year we try, but we got this house and the yard was in such crappy shape. Come to find out, it used to be a riverbed. So there's a lot of rocks in the ground. But my husband doesn't like to do yard work. He doesn't want to water it because then it will grow grass that he'll have to mow. And he's got severe allergies, so yeah, that's his thinking on it. My thinking is I would do anything to be able to let the kids be able to play outside. In fact, when I was a single mom, they wanted to be able to play outside on the swing set and just run around the little backyard we had. And it was just overgrown with weeds, so I took the weed eater out there and I was chopping down all the weeds and found out, that I was allergic to ragweed. And I had a full-on asthma attack. I couldn't breathe. It was horrible. But I did what I did so that my kids could play in the backyard. So they didn't have to be cooped up in the house. They appreciated it. I don't think they realized what I went through for them to be able to do that, but it was worth it to me. I've done a lot, to be able to try and make my kids happy. Being a single parent is hard. And when we lived in California for 2.5 years, we lived at the top of this hill. So our backyard was sloped downward. And only thing that grew in that yard in the summertime was star thistle. So we had to keep, chopping it down. But I bought them with my tax returns, a $100 swing set, brand new. And I put that sucker together all by myself with a hammer and a wrench and a screwdriver. That's all I had. I didn't have pliers. I just had some wrench that I found in the toolbox. I didn't have the right tools, but I made sure it was safe and sturdy for them. And that's, I even moved it with me when I moved back to Oregon. So it was not completely disassembled when we moved, but because the kid's dad came and helped me move. But he basically broke it down into two halves and tossed it in on top of all the other stuff in the truck. So whatever, as long as it gets there and nothing gets broken, whatever you have to do, make it work. Yeah. So anyway, next question. Bikinis, tankinis, or one pieces? I'd say tankinis. That's basically what I wear now. One pieces are not flattering at all. I mean, I never put my bathing suit on. I bought this thing. I ordered it through a magazine for big women. And never worn it. I pack it. Every time we go to California, I pack it because they have a swimming pool at the hotel. But I never end up putting it on and using it. I'm just very self-conscious. I'd like to be in better shape and not the shape of an apple to go swimming in public or just around people in general. So, yeah. I used to have to wear one pieces when I was growing up because that's what I was told I looked best wearing. Cover up that belly. Don't want your belly showing. That's inappropriate. I don't care. I mean, Teslin wears a tankini type bathing suit. She looks cute in hers, though. Alright. Number 14. Must have summer makeup product. Okay, that's... Okay, the only thing I would say for that would be my moisturizer. 100%. Moisturizer with sunblock. And that's all I wear. I don't put makeup on because I sweat too much and it just melts. And my allergies during allergy season, which this is a high allergy season here. I don't know if it's everywhere, but I know here allergies are really bad in the summer. I can't wear mascara. It will, because my eyes itch really bad. And I end up smearing it, or it gets in my eyes and it's just a hot mess. So no makeup. I haven't worn makeup in years. So that was easy. Number 15, what's your favorite thing about summer? Oh, my favorite thing about summer is being able to have the air conditioner on. Because I just love how the air conditioner feels, how cool it is. And I like the long nights. The long days, how late the sun stays out. Because it doesn't feel so late when the sun's up. But I dislike how early the sun comes up, because sometimes if I'm staying up late, I'll stay up like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and it makes me mad because the sun's already coming up, and I like to sleep when it's dark. And it makes me feel like I just I stayed up all night, which I didn't quite. It's not 8 o'clock yet. So that's it. Well, that tag is done, and feel free to use it. I don't know. If anybody wants to use the tag, just you can email me. It's just diamondpaintingbydonnie@gmail.com. Easy peasy. Or you can message me on my Facebook group, For the Love of Diamond Painting with Donnie and Teslin. There's a link to it below. I think I'll put my email address in as well. That way if people want to email me, they can. And I'll start putting that in all my videos. And Instagram, I don't keep up on that very well. I should probably post some progress pictures of this on there. But yeah, if you want this tag, let me know and I'll give you the link to the website that I got it from. And I don't know what else to talk about. I'm really tired this morning, but I got plenty of sleep. If I could think about something else to talk about, I would go another, 8 minutes, but we're at like 52 minutes. I think that's long enough. I wanted to finish this little triangle here, but oh, here, let me show you my progress so far on this. Oh, that can stay there. All right, I'm gonna pull back my little bead mat. That can go right here. I'll just pull these things back and I'll zoom out so you can see. I'll try to zoom out. Sometimes my camera doesn't let me zoom out while I'm filming or doing whatever you want, videoing. All right, there. I'll move it so you can see the whole thing, but it really is sad that this blue had to be the one that was messed up. And then there's 2 more up here. One more. All right. Let's see if I can. It's zoomed out all the way, so here, I'll go up. Oh, up. There you go. Here's the top of it. It's shaking because I'm doing it with one hand, and so that's like a window that's behind my mom, and that's my mom's shoulder there. And this is just a shadow right here. They told me that the colors would blend too much on this, and I said I didn't care because I didn't have very many pictures of my mom with my sister, and this is actually my sister's favorite picture of her and my mom. So I think it will be a very nice surprise for her to get this. And keep it covered, what I'm not doing, so. But anyway, I believe Danielle from Stitcherista found something good to use for sealing these paintings, so I'm thinking I'm going to get some of the aqua glue that she has on her channel and give it a try, see what I think of it. But I do like that glitter Mod Podge, and I might just try that myself on something that isn't really important to me before I put it on something like this. But this will not be sealed until I get the right size diamonds put in here, because this is not going to stay. It's all bubbled and I'm not happy with it at all. So, alright guys, that's all I have for you for today. I hope you enjoyed drilling with me, and I'll try and find something more interesting, more interesting tag next time. That was okay, I think, but it's just, I don't know. I couldn't answer a lot of them because I'm not really an outdoorsy person. So until next time, enjoy the summer while it lasts, and have fun with your families before it's time to go back to school. And have fun diamond painting, because I know I will. Bye guys.